In retirement, we need multiple sources of income to meet our needs. The 30+9 savings plan can turbocharge your income plan with its 30% deposit match and 9.5% guaranteed annual rate of return. Backed by a Fortune 100 company, the 30+9 plan provides safety, security, and peace of mind. It's something everyone should take a look at. For free information, call or text to 888-411-4130 or click this video to learn more.
For more than 30 years, Fisher House Foundation has provided families of wounded, injured, and ill service members and veterans a home away from home at no cost, because a family's love is good medicine. Learn more at fisherhouse.org.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price of participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Focused on protecting the fundamentals, starting with our schools. The budget fully funds the Board of Education request
of $3.8 billion from the 6% proposed property tax increase. The council president, Natalie Fanny Gonzalez, warns
it's going to take a really high bar for this particular council to agree to a tax increase or an income tax increase on both property and income.
Residents can sign up to weigh in on the proposed budget at public hearings today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
Checking your money, the Dow futures are down 146 points. The NASDAQ futures are down 149. Up next, traffic and weather on WMAL.
My name is Lindsay, and I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I'm alive today because of this incredible hospital and the generosity of so many who wanted to support it.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
If your patio, sidewalk, or driveway is cracked or uneven, if you've tripped or fallen as a result, or if you're worried about the liability of an uneven surface on your property, American Concrete Services can quickly help. Don't pay the high cost to tear out and replace your sidewalk, patio, driveway, or pool deck. American Concrete Services has an economical solution which can raise and stabilize your existing concrete at a fraction of the cost of full replacement. They're environmentally friendly structural foam. With structural foam lifting, there's no heavy equipment to cause damage to your property and no loud noises from jackhammering. Best of all, most repairs can be completed in just one day. Have your entire patio, sidewalk, or driveway safe and level again. No job is too big or small. Call American Concrete Services now for your free estimate at 240-665-5665. That's 240-665-5665. Again, 240-665-5665. Licensed in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. MHIC 140530. Here's Rich Robertson with a CES IT Service Tech Tip.
Hi. For over 30 years, I have received multiple calls from CEOs that go like this. Rich, we're terminating our IT team at 5 o'clock. Can you help us? Or it's an IT director asking, hey, we lost a tech and we can't find a good replacement. Can you fill the gap? Of course we can. What they were not expecting is that our cost of IT services is only half. That's right, half of what they were paying for the previous IT staff. Our managed and co-managed services cost less, and we bring along a high level of advanced cybersecurity expertise.
Visit CESITservice.com to schedule a quick 15-minute call or call 301-620-1580. CES IT Service is your secure network to quality IT service. CESITservice.com or call 301-620-1580.
Jamie Whitten in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Capitol Beltway jammed in through Chevy Chase. Exit ramps from both the inner and outer loops to Connecticut Avenue, both still shut down. Accident under investigation closes Connecticut Avenue inside the Beltway each direction between Jones Bridge and Manor Roads. Alternate roadways have picked up a lot of the bailout traffic. North on 95 still slows, leaving Springfield to both the inner and outer loops of the Beltway. 395 jammed solid across the 14th Street Bridge. Still the Potomac and Anacostia River crossings, heavy with the morning commute. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Now the cooler weather is sticking around for a couple of days. Clear this morning with a few clouds. This afternoon, mainly sunny at about 55. But a gusty northwest breeze will certainly make it feel just a little bit cooler. We'll head on through tonight, mainly clear and cold, down to 32. Surrounding areas in the 20s. Sunshine tomorrow, 55. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik on WMAL.
51 at Reagan National. John Matthews, News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Chris Plant.
Mark Wayne Mullen floated the idea of forcing cities and states like yours in Connecticut, which are sanctuary cities, to cooperate with federal immigration officers.
Connecticut is not a sanctuary city.
Yes, Da Nang Dick. He recognizes that his state is not a city. And that one got right by Dana Bash there on CNN. Slipped that one past the goalie, I guess. Yeah. Montana is not a sanctuary city either. It's the Democrats. They love crime. They love illegal alien gang members. They don't love America, do they? No, they don't. Well, a very happy Tuesday, too, and welcome back once again. The Democrats they're making everything more democratic. More illegal alien gangs, more murders. Democrats love murder. They're the left, after all. And they're in bed with Iran. They're entirely on the side of Iran because they're the enemies of America. So they've got that in common. Pretty remarkable stuff. What else are the Democrats doing, Michael? The Democrats are doing all kinds of amazing things. They got I love this story. My friend Tom out of Florida this morning sent it along from his local paper. Fleas. You know, the little bugs that bite you and suck the blood out of you. Fleas causing typhus outbreak in Los Angeles. I wonder if that's got anything to do with Democrats. I think it does have a lot to do with Democrats because fleas, they like fleas. Fleas are their friends. And typhus, illegal aliens. Michael, you think any illegal aliens are involved in this epidemic now, this outbreak of typhus in the United States, which is flea-borne and spread by fleas? Little different than Democrats and monkeypox. That's spread somewhat differently, but we won't get into that now. Some people are still enjoying their mornings. But the Democrat Party and the Democrats, they're all in with Iran because Iran is not the United States. They're the enemies of the United States. And the left, they are the enemies of the United States. And so it's the old my enemy's enemy is my friend. And the Democrat Party's friend is the Islamic Revolution in Iran, who would hang them first, but that doesn't matter. So we got that. And President Trump has laid down a deadline, 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. That's 8 p.m. tonight Eastern time, that they must come to an agreement with President Trump, or else it's curtains for you. Curtains, I tell you. In fact, President Trump on his own social media platform this morning, Truth Social Media, he posted this. Listen now, it's pretty good language. It's pretty punchy. Keeping in mind that the Persian civilization has been around for about 5,000 years. About 5,000 years. President Trump this morning. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. That's a long time. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionarily wonderful can happen. Who knows, he says in all capital letters. We will find out tonight. One of the most important moments, listen now, one of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world, not just of Iran and Persia, of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death. That's all true, 100% true. We got to fact check that is true. Let's bring that to the fact checkers. Let's see, 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death? Yes, we fact check that is true. Will finally end, President Trump said. God bless the great people of Iran. He ends, God bless the great people of Iran. And it's a pretty amazing post. The President of the United States, this morning at 8:06 a.m. on Truth Social. And kind of a big deal, kind of a big one right there. Got to say, huge. All right, we've got a lot going on because it's another 24-hour period here on Earth. Speaking of which, we have a spaceship, an American spaceship with 4 people on board, including 1 Canadian. We got a Canadian in there. Did he bring a hockey puck or anything with him? What did he bring? He's a Canadian. Molson beer or something like that. So we've got 4 people, and they have, they've gone around the moon. They have traveled farther into space away from Earth than any human beings in the history of the world. And now they're headed back to Earth, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. And that's a big deal. So we got that. There was a big basketball game last night too. The NCAA championship, and Michigan won the big contest against UConn, University of Connecticut. The UConn coach doesn't look like a very nice person. Am I right about that? It seems that way. He doesn't seem like a very nice person. But big win. Congratulations, Michigan. Kind of big deal. Now, Michigan also has a Democrat running for Senate. They've got a Democrat running for Senate, and he likes to hang out with virulent fascist anti-Semites who want to see genocide and mass murder on Earth. But when you're a Democrat, especially against the Jews, but when you're a Democrat, you can go hang out with all those people all you want. And the news media is fine with that. They're just very good with that. And we did have the Da Nang Dick there. Richard Blumenthal, Democrat senator. And he said, well, we're not our state is not a sanctuary city. Your middle name must be Ricky. I got to tell you, you're not one of the brightest bulbs around. These guys, just extraordinary stuff. We've got more of that Dana Bash too, don't we? Got a little more Dana Bash. She's a longtime Democrat. Her ex-husband now was a fake intelligence official in the in the Obama administration, and then he became one of the Felonious 51. Jeremy Bash, her ex-husband, Dana Bash's ex-husband. It's all a Democrat circle fest in a hot tub filled with some toxic goo of some kind. So we got a lot going on. But just to scratch the surface on some of this for you, here's a headline: Iran wants young people to form human chains around power plants as Trump's deadline nears. Now, the president has said that he's going to hit power plants and bridges in Iran. Power plants and bridges in Iran, if they don't come to a deal and start acting like civilized members of the human species in the 21st century, which they're not going to do, of course, because they're terrorists and they love death more than you love life. Of course, so do the Democrats love death more than you love life. They harvest organs. They give out lucite blocks for killing 1 million babies a year, but that's not important. So Iran is calling on young people, and they're saying artists and musicians and things, and then go form human chains so that you can be blown up by American bombs because they want to get more of their people killed. Another thing they have in common with Democrats, they want to get more of their own people killed. And Iran calls on its youth to form human chains around power plants after Trump warns of complete demolition. So we've got that, and that's a big thing tonight. It's president is punching it. It's going to get great ratings tonight. I think the ratings will be very good as the media is all over it. And it turns out that if you watch CNN, get your news from them, I wouldn't recommend that. You will hear that President Trump is a war criminal, guilty of war crimes perpetrated against the love state of Iran, who are behind October 7th kidnapping, rapes, murders, tortures, and bodies being kept in underground tunnels in Gaza and all this stuff. But the Democrat Party are on the side of Hamas, and they chant from the river to the sea. They're not on our side. Yeah, Senator says, this is the lefty mediaite, very, very left-wing. Senator says Trump will be guilty of war crime if president makes good on angry truth social threat. Well, 47 years of terrorism is enough. It's kind of like Democrats, 3 generations of idiots is enough. But it looks like we're going to be stuck with them for quite some time, too. Also, this is great. Iran sounds they're yelling and railing against President Trump, too. And they sound just like the Democrats. They sound pretty much exactly like the Democrats because they're all mentally ill and violently, criminally insane. And they have some kind of gender dysphoria. All of them. They're all cross-dressers. Here's Politico, left-wingers at Politico. Iran chides, quote, caveman, end quote, Trump over strong language on social media. The American media is all in with Iran. No matter what Trump says, the American media, representing the Democrat Party, they're just the Democrats, the media, they're in with Iran. It's the world's #1 radical Islamic terror group. They're in charge of a country of 92 million people. But President Trump said Tuesday, that's today now, because he said it yesterday, Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day, all wrapped up in one in Iran, the president wrote. There will be nothing like it. There will be nothing like it. Open the beeping straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Just watch. So that's what he said, and he raised some eyebrows, cursing, and it was Easter Sunday, and he's cursing like that and stuff. And then the Iranians started saying things out of their embassies around the world. And the Iranian embassy in India says, swearing and throwing insults are how sore loser brats behave. Sore loser brats behave. That's a pretty good one. And they went off on other rants because, they're crazy radical Islamic jihadi terrorists and all that. But the Iranian embassy in Finland said that President Trump was unfamiliar with proper social media etiquette and morality. And then they impaled a bunch of their own citizens on pikes. But they're calling him all kinds of crazy names and calling me a caveman. I said he's like a caveman, and that he's wearing a zebra hide. This is maybe the best part, the zebra hide thing. Caveman in a zebra hide is the way one of the, and all the Iranians around the world at their embassies are coming out with their own statements, because, you know, it's not like here, it's kind of like the Democrat Party. They really are a lot like the Democrat Party. Honestly, they've got suicide attackers. We've had more Democrat suicide attacks in the last 5 years than Iranian suicide attacks against us. Just in the last 5 years, go longer, than there are more out of Iran. But honestly, you people, and the Democrats are all in. They're all in with any enemy of the United States. Mary, you can be Al-Qaeda, which Iran is in effect, and they are Hezbollah and Hamas and the Houthis. And by the way, the Houthis, who swore their allegiance to Iran and said they would defend Iran no matter what happened in any regional war. And then a regional war came along, and the Houthis have been conspicuously silent, absent. Know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. So we've got that's just on that. We've got all kinds of things going on. We have the space mission that is ongoing. We've got Democrats doing crazy things all over the United States of America, saddling up with genocidal anti-Semites who are kind of like Nazis. And Iran's embassy in Thailand. I think they had the best statement from the Iranians, don't you think? The Iranian embassy in Thailand, they said, when you listen to him, close your eyes. You can almost see a Stone Age caveman. It's actually # caveman, it says # caveman. You can almost see a Stone Age # caveman in a zebra hide, brandishing a club and treating savagery like everyday life. Treating savagery like everyday. That they just mowed down tens of thousands of their own citizens. And the Democrats see this and they're like, yeah, Trump is bad. And they'll stand up for the radical Islamists who would slaughter all of them. But the caveman in a zebra hide with a club, and ask the Democrats, and they say, yeah, we're with Iran. I mean, members of the Senate and the House, they're with Iran no matter what. Also, when we were going into the rescue of our pilots, our F-15 crew, the 2 members, boy, we were pulling out all the stops. We had B-2 bombers fly from Missouri in the middle of the United States, White Man Air Force Base. B-2 bombers flew over there and dropped bombs on an IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, secret bunker. The Democrats, they're shocked to learn there's a bunker at the White House. They want to destroy it. They wanted to. They are the Taliban. They really are. They are the Islamic Revolution, the Democrat Party. They want to tear down the ballroom, which is being built not with taxpayer dollars, but private dollars. And Trump derangement syndrome is real. How many Democrat suicide attacks have there been in the last 3 years? I'd have to go back longer, because I think I counted 9 or 10 self-immolations. And over the weekend, Easter weekend, the Democrats were spreading lies like the propaganda set they are, that President Trump was in the hospital. He's at Walter Reed. He's not doing well. Easter weekend. And the Democrats were all lying. And the news media, they're all lying. And I'm starting to think that they're not honest people. Also, Gavin Newsom in California planning on building a high-speed train, high-speed rail from Los Angeles to San Francisco, not so far. And they've got a new price tag on it. There's kind of an amazing statistic on this that I want to share with you. Boston has gone mad. New York City has gone mad. We've got LGBTQ stories. Megan Rapinoe, who is a profoundly dishonest person. I think she's a Democrat. That's coming up. And we are at 888-630-9625.
There's only one Chris Plant. The Chris Plant Show.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center. No change in Chevy Chase for the past 3 hours. Motorcycle crash remains under investigation. Connecticut Avenue inside the Beltway is closed each direction between Manor Road and the Beltway. Exit ramps off of both the inner and outer loops also still shut down. So that gives us heavy pressure Beltway and a lot of bailout traffic on all the alternate routes. Rush hour still lined up heading into the district. 395 back near the Pentagon. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
It's Vince for Valor Roofing. This winter, don't wait for a leak to force your hand. If you've noticed water spots, damaged shingles, or granulars in the gutters, call Valor Roofing now. I've seen their work in person, and trust me, Valor is the best. This week only, save huge on your new Valor roof with 50% off materials and no interest until 2027. Plus, tell them Vince sent you for extra WMAL listener savings. Call Valor at 833-83-VALOR or valorhome.com.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Are you our next millionaire? At Mohawk Casino, you could win big in the Instant Millionaire promotion. From April 1st through June 30th, swipe daily from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. for a chance at slot play, gift cards, and even $1 million. Members receive free daily swipes based on tier, plus earn extra swipes playing slots, table games, and bingo. Don't miss monthly giveaways of $20,500 in slot play and $1,500 in prizes. Instant Millionaire. Akwesasne Mohawk Casino Resort.
It's the Great Winter Whip Up, where our contestants whip up a sweet ski season.
And with the 2627 Icon Pass, they can tap into the world's most unique ingredients, from powder stashes to fresh corduroy.
Time to get after it from $2.99 adult.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Post people do not wait for the perfect moment to grow. They keep showing up for their work, their families, and the goals they still want to reach. Graduate school is a big decision, and it should fit the life you already lead. At Post University, graduate programs are designed for busy schedules, with flexibility and guidance along the way. Because Post makes it personal for every next chapter. Become a Post person. Learn more at post.edu.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. True Vitality Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
True Vitality Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at True Vitality Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 703-637-1222. 703-637-1222. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 703-637-1222.
This afternoon on the Derek Hunter Show, Democrats are going to hate you anyway. We might as well make fun of them in the process. 3 o'clock on WMAL.
All right, let's go to the phones and talk to the American people, the great American people, who the Democrats, for some reason, hate very much. Let's go to Giuseppe, calling from Purcellville, Virginia. Giuseppe, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Hey, Chris, how you doing today?
I'm great, man. What do you say?
I was at the East Egg Roll yesterday with my two granddaughters.
No kidding.
At the White House.
Right
East
there at the
Egg
White
Roll.
House.
Yeah, I mean, Trump knows how to put on an event. It was unbelievable. There were over 20,000 people in the group I was with. They had 3 sessions, and they had tents with food. They were handing out food for people. The people didn't cost a dime, and every corporation was there handing things out. They had YouTube was there handing out sunglasses to the children. Waymo, the auto car was there, the self-driving car. They had a demo car there. They had the space program people there, all the high-tech people there. Google was handing out things. Trump really knows how to run an event.
South Lawn at the White House. And you and the grandkids had the time of their lives?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was 2 hours, but you lined up doing things. It was like Disney World, but
they'll remember it forever.
This is the Chris Plant Show.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center. Still late rush hour. Each direction of the freeway slows toward the 3rd Street Tunnel. This gives 295. Heavy delays in each direction to the 11th Street Bridge. 395 solid back at the Pentagon. Heavy over the inbound Key Bridge. No change in Chevy Chase. Connecticut Avenue remains closed inside the Beltway between Manor Road and the Beltway. Exit ramps for both the inner and outer loops of the Beltway still shut down, as well as giving the Beltway major tie-ups between College Park and Bethesda. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Sunny and quite breezy today with a high of 55. Mostly clear overnight, low near 30.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any 2 for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any 2 for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Chris Plant here. Tired of dating online and want to meet real people face to face? Let the professional matchmakers at It's Just Lunch help. After a confidential interview, your personal matchmaker hand selects quality matches for you. They pre-screen every date and they'll book your reservations at the best spots in town. All you have to do is show up and be yourself. Let It's Just Lunch help you turn new beginnings into lasting connections. Call 202-466-4333 or visit itsjustlunchdc.com.
Imagine having complete clarity about your health, not just test results, but a clear plan built around you. Today, body scans and lab tests are easy to access, but true peace of mind comes from understanding what they mean and what to do next. At Princeton Longevity Center, we go beyond testing to deliver clarity, strategy, and physician-led care designed to help protect and extend your life. Our patients work directly with board-certified physicians specializing in preventive and longevity medicine. Not algorithms, not generic reports, but real doctors who understand your history, your risks, and your goals. Yes, we use advanced imaging and comprehensive diagnostics, but what truly matters is what comes next. We interpret the results, connect the dots, and deliver a physician-led personalized plan you can act on with confidence. Because information alone doesn't change outcomes. At Princeton Longevity Center, your care doesn't end with a test. It begins there. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. That's 888-8000-PLC.
And we're back in the Miller's yard. It's springtime, and their True Green lawn is thriving.
The lawn started looking like a golf course, and PGA Tour golfers started showing up.
Like this pro who's never seen spring grass this perfect outside a course.
Has to clear the trampoline and the kiddie pool.
Oh, perfectly struck.
True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Tap the screen now to sign up at truegreen.com. Exclusions apply. See truegreen.com for details.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
WMAL, making sense of the markets, because generational wealth doesn't build itself. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
I want to get a bunch of audio. President, I'm talking about Iran. It's only nuclear weapons and radical Islam. The Democrats are not worried because they're a death cult, which is problematic when you're trying to have rational discussions with said people. And I'll get to that already. And the Democrats lying. Oh, Obama had fixed the problem. Oh, Iran wasn't doing anything wrong because Barack Hussein Obama, who slows the rise of the oceans, and his JCPOA, which is ridiculous decoder ring stuff, the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. What an idiotic name for an idiotic non-deal. It was really good for the death of Western civilization. And Barack Obama will be rewarded by Satan, when he arrives in hell. Much later on. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Rob, calling from the People's Republic of California. Roberto, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Chris, happy post-Easter to you, man.
Hey, thank you. Thanks.
I think if President Biden would have been doing the Easter roll, I think they would have had to dub the whole thing. I think it would have been like Weekend at Bernie's.
Well, you may remember when the dressed-up Easter Bunny had to shepherd Joe Biden around on the south lawn of the White House because he was slack-jawed and his eyes had rolled back in his head, and the whole White House staff said, well, that's normal. And then the Easter Bunny had to walk him around because the Democrat Party they're just not on Team America, are they?
No, not at all. I didn't hear anything positive from we never hear anything positive from these people. They never have any ideas. They have ideas about how to take money out of your pocket. They're real good at that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you're in California. And so, and I mentioned it just a few minutes ago, but, your governor must be very proud. Gavin Newsom, as he is commonly called by the President of the United States and stuff. They've been talking about it forever, doing this high-speed rail, right? High-speed train from Los Angeles to San Francisco. And I don't know if you saw this. Did you see the new price tag that they put on that project? Did you see that, Rob?
Oh, yeah, I saw all that. And plus, the American people everywhere else except for California are going to pay for that and a lot more. The plan is coming. The new plan.
Well, listen to this. This is a pretty amazing statistic. Newsom's California Rail project now expected to cost $126 billion officials admit, with no track laid at all, not 10 feet of track. And this is their new cost estimate, $126 billion. And they want the federal government, all of us, to pay for a lot of it. But the project faces a funding gap of roughly $90 billion. So, hey, we're going to build this. It's going to cost 126, but we don't have 90 billion of that. So the federal government or the Chinese or somebody going to have to pay for that. Isn't that amazing? State officials say they remain confident the money can be found. That means they hold people up at gunpoint and tax them to death, and they're not. But I apologize, Rob. But let me just finish this thought, because California's delayed, long delayed, over budget, high speed rail project from Los Angeles to San Francisco is running fast in only one direction. Rising costs, even to get rolling, now estimated to be $126 billion. Now, here's my favorite part of this, because this stat is quite amazing. CBS News, 60 Minutes, they did a story on this. They estimate the right optimization, just over $125 billion, the high-speed authorities said there. It turns out that amount of money, $126 billion, is more money than Amtrak has been given in the entire history of Amtrak.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, it goes in one direction, right into the Pacific. I think they need to worry about providing water for the homesteaders out there, before they worry about us.
I gotta tell you. So we've got this $126 billion for a train that really nobody wants to go from LA to San Francisco, and that is more money than Amtrak has received in tax dollars in the entire history of Amtrak, which goes all over the country, Rob, if I'm not mistaken.
Crazy land.
Yeah.
It's crazy land.
Well, yeah,
they live in their own little bubble.
Their infection does eventually creep over to normal people too, and it's completely nuts. And did you see that the flea-borne? Have you seen this? The flea-borne disease, which is spreading around California, and it's did you see this? Flea-borne typhus. Typhus. We don't hear about things like typhus in the 21st century until you get Democrats involved, and then they invent new venereal diseases like monkeypox, and they bring illegal aliens into the country who are flea-bitten, a bunch of flea-bitten hoes that come in from south of the border, and now they're spreading typhus, and they're saying that this could be a deadly outbreak. Here's the Yahoo News. Health officials report record number of potentially fatal typhus cases. Quote, everyone is at risk. And really, California is at the epicenter, of course, Rob. Now, you must be very proud. Are you a native Californian?
No. That would be something to be proud of.
So
I'm actually a native of Washington, D.C.
Oh, what? Oh, that's pretty rough, man. Yeah. There's a lot of country between here and there that full of nice people and normal people.
Things have changed a little bit.
Yeah, just a bit. I like to say I've lived in D.C. for a long time now, more than 35 years. And I like to say to people when I meet people out on the street and stuff but I'm originally from the United States.
Unlike all these aliens we have running around, running all the red states, the blue states, not the red states, the blue states. And
D.C. is not a state. Yeah. D.C. is not a state, of course, so it's not really.
Well, they want it to be.
Yeah, well, the Democrats do, yeah, so they can have, like Jesse Jackson and his gunmen become senators. They have to be Jesse Jackson Jr. now, of course, but yeah, aren't they amazing? Yeah, and the Democrats are spreading typhus. Well, thank you. Now you just
we appreciate you out here, us normal people. We appreciate you a lot. You're on top of it.
Do you want to say?
What I'd do without you, man.
You're very kind. Thank you. Do you want to say? You don't have to say, but do you want to say where in California you're calling from?
Chris, I think my buddy, the call screener, made a little. I'm from the People's Republic of Montgomery County, but I know people in California. This is Rob from Montgomery County. So
I know. So I'm reading the big board.
April Fool.
Well, oh, that's fun. That's fun too. Yeah, we're kind of rushing things together. Jasmine.
No, you got a lot to cover because the Democrats give us an endless amount of, a plethora. That's my favorite word.
They really do.
Things to talk about. But really, seriously, there's a lot of people out here that count on you because you do speak the truth. And that's important nowadays.
That is important nowadays. And that's all I've ever wanted to do. It's just, and it all seems so obvious. The truth is right in front of us. And then you turn on CNN and you discover the truth is something else altogether.
Yeah, they don't understand that. You do it well, my friend. God bless you.
Well, you're very kind. Thank you. Thank you, Rob. And you keep laughing because, honestly, we do have to keep laughing through all this stupidity.
They make it hard.
They really do. They're making it harder and harder. Yeah, and California health officials, a record number of potentially fatal typhus cases carried by fleas. And the Democrats open the borders and wave in, 12 million or 20 million illegal aliens and almost all gang members. And now California is covered with fleas with carrying a fatal disease called typhus, which had been abolished. And the Democrats are bringing it back because they did this in New York with illegal aliens a few years ago, too.
That's another day's topic, right?
Honestly.
Where did the fleas come from?
And it was illegals. They came from illegal aliens. They came from south of the border. And now they're spreading a terrible disease. And Democrats, and that means the news media, they just don't care. They just don't cover it, And
they got to have something negative to talk about. They're good at that.
Man, oh, man. Yeah.
Chris, really, have a great day.
Oh, thank you.
We thank you out here. We thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. It's nice to talk to normal people who have common sense. And remember common sense? So great. Amazing stuff. Fox News, thank you. Thank you, Rob. That's great stuff. Now, and you're how cheerful is, how happy is. Democrats don't laugh and have a nice time. They're not happy unless they're not happy. What they love most is being unhappy. And they despise all of humanity. That's the thing about the left, is they just don't like people. You think it's Trump and Trump derangement syndrome, orange man bad, and then it's all MAGA people. And then really it's all the United States of America because we're bad and everything we do is bad and always has been. And then it turns out that they really just hate all of humanity. They're the left. How do you convince a mob of people to murder millions and millions of human beings and keep it going for years and years? Well, you gather up leftists. That's how you do that. And, by the way, Adolf Hitler, I'm still working on this one, but, Adolf Hitler's party was the National Socialist German Workers' Party. That means it was the Socialist Workers' Party of Germany, okay? And they were national. That's what that means. And now the Democrat Party is the Socialist Workers' Party of the United States of America. And they harvest the organs of more than 1 million unborn babies every year because they really don't like babies. Babies are not their bag. I thought I was not a fan of kids, but the Democrats, boy, they are. Some kids are great. Just another thing. I had to tell you, it was also, and this is a crazy story too, California, and the high-speed rail, $126 billion, not a mile of it has been built yet, and that price tag will likely double, and it's already more than Amtrak has received in tax dollars in the history of Amtrak, and that's pretty amazing. And I was listening to my friend Derek Hunter on the radio on WML in Washington yesterday when I was driving into Newsmax to do my television show. And there's a local story out of San Francisco, a man who owns a house there, and there are trees around his property. And when the wind blows, the trees rub against his house and crush his gutters and damage his shingles on his roof and stuff. So dude said, hey, my trees are damaging my house. He went out to the Home Depot or whatever and got one of those saws on a long wooden stick right on a pole. And he trimmed these 5 trees around his house. The city came along and said, you can't trim those trees. Those trees are us. And so they fined him $10,000 a tree $50,000 in fines because he trimmed 5 trees on his own property that are rubbing against his own house. And the Democrats came along, and did you see this? They also killed his dog. They shot his dog and killed it. Why'd they do that? They didn't really. I just made that part up. But they might as well, they fined him $50,000 for trimming trees that are rubbing against his house. Isn't that normal? All right, I'm looking at the phones. I'm looking at the audio. I'm going to go back to the phones. Let's go back to the phones. Let's go to Jay, calling from Arlington, Virginia. Jay Mobile, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Good morning, Chris.
Hey, Jay.
Al Gore Akbar.
Al Gore Akbar.
Al Gore Akbar.
You know, we had the TV on the other day, on the cable television, Jay, and my best girl and I were hanging out, being peaceful, minding our own business, and an inconvenient truth came on the television.
Oh, well, you had a good afternoon then. How many times did you watch it?
Well, yeah, we hit the DVR and just put it on a loop. I think it's still playing now.
There you go. Well, I wanted to thank you for the introduction. You mentioned Adolf Hitler, and I'd like to propose to you Project Nuremberg, otherwise known as the Tehran trials. And this was inspired by the left's response to our dear president's Easter message, and that was the one that said, I'm going to blow them effing, I forget what the word was, back to the Stone Age.
Right.
And in response to that, the left has come up with their latest focus group tested phrases, particularly war crimes. And what I would suggest is perhaps an interim step to potentially blowing up their country would be to promise to the IRC generals that every single one of them will meet the equivalent of a Nuremberg trial, presided over by the very people that they have executed over the last 47 years, the families of those, and that they will not be blown into paradise, but rather they will hang by a crane into the central square to the chance of Allahu Akbar.
Right.
And I don't know for certain, but I think in Islam, execution of a convict may have some input into where they spend their afterlife. So I think that would destroy the hearts of many of the IRGC, and it would motivate the very people that they had ruled with an iron fist for 47 years.
Right.
Some of that would be vengeance. Vengeance is a very good motivator, but I think it is something that could uniquely rally the public into taking action on their own.
Well, it's very interesting the way that you put it, and you put it very eloquently, Jay. The Democrats are planning on putting President Trump on trial for war crimes, right? For war crimes. I've got senators, I'm going to play the audio for you today, accusing Trump of war crimes because he might drop a bomb on a gas station or something like that. And the Democrats, power plant, I guess, saying it's war crimes. But the Democrats have no interest in holding Iran accountable or radical Islam accountable. They have no interest in holding Iranian government officials accountable for slaughtering tens of thousands of their own people very recently. The Democrats really don't care about human life. That's and I was kind of making reference to that earlier. They despise all of humankind. They're the left. They're not liberals. And nobody's killed more people than them. And again, Adolf Hitler, they call him a right-winger. He called himself the leader of the Socialist Workers' Party in Germany. And yeah, the commies were fighting the Socialist Workers' Party and the Soviets were fighting. That's because all these lefties murder everybody around them in order to steal their magic power, their mojo. That's the thing about them. Jay, stick around for the audio that's coming up on, President Trump's the real war criminal here, not radical Islam.
The Arabic word for virgin has been mistranslated. The original word that was used in the Quran was the word for raisin.
72 raisins. Imagine the surprise of the terrorist who expected something completely different.
You're listening to The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center. Late rush hour, Anacostia and Potomac River crossings heading into town. 66 West slows into Falls Church. Eastbound out of Arlington to the Teddy Roosevelt Bridge, heavy. And the big story all morning has been the closure in Chevy Chase. Connecticut Avenue inside the Beltway closed each direction between Manor Road and the Beltway. Accident under investigation. No access onto Connecticut Avenue from either loop of the Beltway. Inner loop remains jammed out of Bethesda. Outer loop from New Hampshire Avenue. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Sunny and quite breezy today with a high of 55. Mostly clear overnight, low near 30.
Not planning today can cost you tomorrow. Stop worrying and start planning with Trajan Wealth. Contact Trajan today at 202-750-3300 or go to TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Our Q4 roadmap includes omni-channel payment.
This season, it's not about their rules. Lucky Rebels taking the odds back from the suits. So rebels like you can make your own rules. When it's 4th and long, you're not made to punt. Bet the way you live, like a rebel. Join the rebellion and get a $1,250 bonus at luckyrebel.la.
With Verbo's last-minute deals, you can save over $50 on your spring getaway. So whether it's a mountain escape, city break, or a week at the beach, there's still time to get great discounts. Book your next stay now. Average savings $72. Select homes only.
Making sense of the media.
The news media is attacking him because this is what happens when you're a Republican.
Chris Plant, weekdays 9 to noon.
Yeah, our news media, really.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/setup and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/setup.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Making sense of the headlines, making sense of your world. WMAL's Vince Colonnese.
Thank you for all you do on the radio show.
What a nice call. Thank you very much.
Weekdays noon to 3. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
And we're back in the Miller's yard. It's springtime, and their True Green lawn is thriving. The lawn started looking like a golf course, and PGA Tour golfers started showing up. Like this pro who's never seen spring grass this perfect outside a course. Has to dodge the bikes and the recycling bins. Oh, perfectly struck.
True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Tap the screen now and get started today at truegreen.com. Exclusions apply. See truegreen.com for details.
Illuminating the issues.
There's a whole lot missing here in this story, isn't there?
Every day.
Why are we the only ones reporting this?
News Talk 105.9. Making sense of the news.
Are you a parent of a child with disabilities who desperately needs a break? Then you need to know about Jill's House. To find out more, visit our website, jillshouse.org.
WMAL, making sense of the vote because elections have consequences. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
All right, let's go back to the telephones. Let's go to Nick calling from Purcellville, Virginia. Nicholas, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Morning, Chris.
Hey.
Did you hear the story about the Jamaican woman on the Caribbean Airlines flight to New York City? And she went into labor on the approach to the runway, and she gave birth in air, actually. And now there's questions about whether or not the child is an American citizen. And this was on Sky News, by the way. And one immigration officer was saying that this child should be an American citizen because it was in American airspace. Ridiculous.
Yeah. What if they're on the space station, like 6,000 miles above the United States of America? Yeah, we are tracking this story. I've got to tell you, Nick, we are, woman gives birth as flight from Jamaica lands JFK Airport in New York City. Every Democrat in the country will say not only is the baby an American citizen, but the mother automatically becomes their whole village in Jamaica automatically gets.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 10. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Matthews. The U.S. continues to strike Iran amid President Trump's threats on social media that a whole civilization will die tonight.
President Trump on Truth Social said, in part, we will find out tonight one of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. It comes as Fox News can confirm that dozens of U.S. strikes targeted Iran's Kurd island overnight. Fox's Jennifer Griffin says the targets included bunkers, radar stations, and ammunition storage. Landing docks, though, Jennifer says, were intentionally not targeted, according to a senior U.S. official. As this is taking place, the talk of diplomacy continues, and there are many people, including the Israelis and Gulf countries, waiting to see what will happen in the hours ahead.
Fox News' Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv, the UN Secretary General and human rights groups have warned the president not to attack civilian infrastructure because it would be a war crime under the Geneva Conventions. A Democratic lawmaker now wants to impeach Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
Arizona Democratic U.S. Representative Yasamin Ansari is planning to introduce articles of impeachment against Hegseth, claiming Operation Epic Fury in Iran is illegal. In her statement, Ansari accuses President Trump of creating another long war and threatening massive war crimes. She further calls on the cabinet to invoke the U.S. Constitution's 25th Amendment to remove President Trump from power. Ansari's own family fled the Islamic Republic of Iran following the overthrow of the Shah. Eben Brown, Fox News.
Maryland lawmakers are making it tougher for underage teenagers to be tried as adults for certain crimes in the state. After working on the issue for more than a decade, the House and Senate have sent Governor Wes Moore a bill that removes first-degree assault as well as a range of handgun offenses from a list of crimes that minors are automatically charged as adults for. The same bill also regulates where teenage suspects can be held. The bill still gives judges the option to bump suspects up to adult status if they wish. State prosecutors unanimously opposed the bill, saying the changes would make it tougher for them to build cases against teens. Heads up, if you take the GW Parkway to get to work, a new phase of construction has a new set of lane closures.
The National Park Service started closing lanes from the northbound and southbound GW Parkway exits to the Turkey Run Loop Road on Monday. Lanes will be closed on weekdays from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. through mid-May. They'll be upgrading roadside drainage to improve stormwater flow to make the road safer for drivers and less susceptible to damage. Crews will work on the outer loop first and then turn to the inner loop. Message boards and signs will help you navigate detours to access Turkey Run Loop Road. Heather Curtis on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Police have identified a woman who died after going back inside her burning home in Chevy Chase last Friday to save her cat. 55-year-old Karen Karsten was found on the second-floor stairway in her home, which was heavily damaged. She died at the hospital. Police and fire officials have launched a death investigation in the case. They say the home did not have working smoke detectors. Checking your money, the Dow is down 325 points, the NASDAQ down 248. Up next, traffic and weather.
I was choosing alcohol over my family. That's when I made the call. Now I'm finding better ways to cope.
Mental health care works when you make the call. Visit mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
1 second, you're enjoying your first day off and forever. Then, mid-lunch, your phone buzzes. A window's been broken at home, and you're miles away. In 1 second, everything can change. That's why ADT offers security systems with 24/7 monitoring, with tech that helps first responders prioritize your emergency. And with the ADT Plus app, you can stay informed and in control of your home from virtually wherever you are. When every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com to learn more.
Post people do not wait for the perfect time. They learn between shifts and family dinners. At Post University, online education is built for busy schedules, so you can keep moving forward without putting life on hold. And Post makes it personal, with support from real people who care about your goals. Become a Post person. Learn more at post.edu.
Steve Hirshhorn in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Montgomery County, Connecticut Avenue remains closed both ways, north and southbound, just south of the Beltway between Chevy Chase Lake Drive and Jones Bridge Road because of the ongoing accident investigation. Also closed are the ramps between the inner and outer loop of the Beltway to go south on Connecticut Avenue. That is causing delays on the inner loop from before Old Georgetown Road and on the outer loop from I-95 in College Park all the way around to 355. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Sunny today, breezy 55. Tonight, mainly clear, right around freezing. That's 32. Surrounding areas will be in the 20s. A little chill in the air tomorrow, sunny 55. Thursday could be some frost in the morning, then partial sun, 62. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stigicon, WMAL.
51 right now in Reston. It's 53 in Waldorf, 52 at Reagan National. I'm John Matthews. News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Chris Plant.
The Persians believe they are superior to everybody else. They have an extraordinary history. They have an extraordinary culture. And they are not the type of people that are going to fold going, oh, he threatened us on Twitter. It's just, this doesn't play to this country. I wish somebody in the administration actually understood the history of the Persian people to understand why all of this is counterproductive.
It's counterproductive. I saw it on MS-13 this morning. Morning Joke is a historian of the Persian people of Persia, of Iran. He's one of them. He's a goose-stepping fascist. Little cat scratch fever. That cat scratch fever, what does that go with today? I know what that goes with today. Cat scratch fever. The Democrats are spreading new diseases in America. Health officials report record number of potentially fatal typhus cases. Typhus. Quote, everyone is at risk. And it turns out the typhus is being unleashed in Los Angeles. They've got a record number of typhus cases there. And it's coming from fleas. Fleas. Now, I don't want to say that every illegal alien to come across our border with a gun and a machete and a gang tattoo on their neck is, a flea-bitten, disease-ridden hoe. But apparently enough of them are flea-bitten, disease-ridden hoes. illegal aliens crossing our border, that now they've got an outbreak of typhus with record numbers of the flea-borne illness, potentially fatal flea-borne illness. Los Angeles Times actually reported this story. Kind of hard to believe. But they've got another epidemic because flea-borne typhus cases are all the rage in Los Angeles. And they, I guess they're growing bored with monkeypox, which they inflicted upon the world because eat. And the Democrats, you know, what they do everywhere they go, spreading venereal diseases and so on. So that's pretty amazing. But cat scratch fever made me think of this story out of California with the highest ever recorded number of cases. 187 cases. And they're, oh, wait, that was in 2024. And then in 2025, then they had a record number of cases. And now they're planning on more and more. They want to have more flea-borne typhus cases in California. Just don't go to California. They'll steal everything you have. Oh, and New York City, they'll steal everything you have, too. Pretty amazing stuff. Yes, sir. Crazy. You're a Democrat Party. And they are definitely behind this flea-bitten, the flea-bitten illegals spreading typhus all around Southern California in record numbers. And the Democrats applaud that because they're a mentally ill death cult. And they all have gender dysphoria. I hope to get to New York, too, because they've got the communist jihadi mayor up there, Zohran Mamdani. He's planning on stealing everything from everybody. For example, listen to this. He's planning on making the inheritance rate, the inheritance for estate tax in California. Right now, it's at 16%. So if let's say you have $1 billion, like a really rich person that created something big, and you've been very successful, you have $1 billion. When you die, they take 16% of that from you at gunpoint. But wait, because the mayor, Zohran Mamdani, he's got a better idea. Here's his plan. Under his new tax plan, they'll take 50%, 50%. They'll take half of everything when you die. And they'll show up with guys and guns wearing masks with body armor that don't say police on them. And that'll be okay with them because they're stealing half of what your whole family spent generations working hard to amass. And let's say you're a Silicon Valley type and you've made $100 billion and you're living in New York. Say, I'm not feeling very well. I think your little woman is going to say, we need to move out of New York because they're going to steal 50% of the $100 billion that you've earned in your lifetime by creating big things like Apple or something like that and Microsoft. And you got, so they raised the top estate tax rate from 16% to 50%, half of everything. These guys, they really should be carrying guns the way that they commit crimes. Just amazing. But the Democrats, now we just listened to Joe Scarborough on MS-13 DNC. Pretty amazing stuff. And they've got, they're very mentally ill. Yeah, Iran doesn't respond to this. He knows what Iran responds to. He's so smart. He's like Ike. He's Ike. I know everything. And these people are amazing. Now, back to Iran, because President Trump has been talking about Iran. President Trump is definitely threatening Iran. And at 8 p.m. Eastern time here in the United States of America, tonight, that's tonight, the president says Iran will have either capitulated or they will be pounded into the ground by U.S. military might and perhaps Israeli military might. During the rescue of our F-15 crew members, we really pulled out all the stops. We had B-2 bombers, the stealth bombers out of Missouri, fly round-trip flights to drop bombs, including on an underground bunker where the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps leadership was hiding. And the Democrats, they're on the side of Iran. They genuinely and authentically are. In fact, Democrats should be self-immolating on the Mall in Washington to show their support for Iran, as they did at least two, and really more, Democrats self-immolated, one at the Israeli embassy here in Washington, one at the Israeli consulate in Atlanta, because they love Hamas. They love, past tense, Hamas. They don't love anything anymore because they're crispy critters. They crispy crittered themselves. But they did it because they love Hamas and hate the Jews. And they're Democrats. All the Democrats should be wearing armbands and goose-stepping around. All right, now, before we get into all this audio, because it's good-looking audio, and I'm looking forward to it. And the news media is mentally ill, and Donald Trump is a war criminal, and the Iranians are not. But the Democrats are, again, severely mentally ill, and they love murder, and they're not on our side. Keep those things in mind. But before we get into all that audio, which I'm looking forward to, let's go back to the phones for a moment. Let's go to Dino, calling from Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. Dino Benino.
Hey.
What is up, Dino?
You there?
Yes, sir, I am.
Dino, from D.C., the lift car driver.
Yeah, man, I know you.
It's been I've called a number of times, man. You're harder to get a hold of than Trump. I got to mention it.
I try to avoid that, but
yeah, I mean, boy, you're a tough man to get a hold of, and plus, I'm not Democrat. I'm working. I work for a living.
Right,
so
right, yes. Oh yeah, I know. I got you.
Anyway, it was a good talk to you, my friend.
Welcome.
And I want to meet you for a beer, and I'll just call it the Mexican place you're talking about the other day, which I know exactly where it's at. Not a bad place.
Not bad. Having the margaritas, and my best girl had a sangarita. She had two, actually. Sangria.
I'm not sure I've ever had any one of those. But anyway, Mr. Plant.
Yes, sir.
Things is that. Don't forget, now Easter, most people celebrate Easter, a couple days ago. For us, I'm Greek Orthodox Christian.
Oh, okay.
So our Palm Sunday was actually on, which is also not far away from you. It's behind the National Cathedral.
Sure, I know it well, yeah.
Orthodox Cathedral, sure.
Yeah. St. Sophia's.
Always a week later.
The Dome to St. Sophia's, right off Mass Ave there. Yeah.
Correct. You know your neighborhood well.
I do.
But I want you to mention the Greek Easter. Another thing I've been meaning to mention to you is that I drove from last summer. I drove from. We flew out and we had to move a friend anyway. So I drove to I flew to California. We drove back. It's actually Manassas, Virginia, which is, Mass, close by.
Sure.
Well, one thing that was funny is that I walk into a restaurant in Arizona, and there's a guy sitting there with a T-shirt on, and what does it say? It says, if there weren't double standards, there'd be no standards at all. And so I go to talk to the guy because you're the only one that says that. I mean, other than people that, imitate you, or I say it sometimes too. So I said to the guy, and I was curious to see what he was going to say. I wasn't just going to go and say, this was Chris Plant. I said, where'd you get a shirt from? He goes, who else? Chris Plant.
Is that right?
So you've got far-reaching tentacles, as the Greeks might say. And one other thing is you had mentioned, and this was a while ago. I know I'm always yelling. A while ago, Tony Lobianco.
Yeah, Tony Lobianco. Yeah, he was a friend of mine.
Yeah, nearby, and I didn't realize, and I pick him up. Oh, this goes back I can't remember when. But I picked up him actually, and his wife had broken her leg or something. I picked him up in someplace in Drummonds House, which is in Poolsville, something like that. It's a huge estate and farmland, really. And he's got a huge Trump sign in front of the house.
Yeah, Tony Lowe, French connection, great Hollywood actor, movie star, Tony Lobianco.
Frank, I'm not sure if the guy was, by the way, nothing pissing me off. The only thing that pisses me off is that every time I call, I got to talk to this kid. Is his name Jeff? I mean, I really like to talk to Jasmine. But, and I've never met or seen Jasmine, but I got a feeling she looks a hell of a lot better than Jeff does.
Well, that would certainly be fair.
Is that okay to say on air?
It is. Yeah, it is. On our air, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to cross any lines.
There are no lines here. We're wild out. This is America here. We get to be Americans.
Yeah, Mr. Flynn, one more thing.
Yeah.
So a couple weeks ago, I'm driving. That's another reason I was just getting ready to call. You know, I call, not fairly often. Every now and then, I was waiting. I got to work. I can't wait. But anyway, it's a thrill to talk to you. But anyway, so I'm driving by National Cathedral.
Right.
This was not even a month ago, a couple of weeks ago. So I see, and there's a National Cathedral school for girls, if you know, right next to it, I'm sure.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, and then, uniforms and so on, whatever it is. Anyway, so I see with adults at both ends, because they're the girls and their little uniforms, the Catholic school uniforms, so on. And this is
Episcopal
school.
Yeah,
Elementary school.
Right.
They're going down the street and they're holding signs.
Right.
And I'm wondering, what are these little kids holding the signs for? It's about, I didn't know if I got the whole thing, but it's amazing that it basically is something about women's rights, and they're protesting something. These were elementary school girls.
Yeah.
And they've already out with the signs.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I really was shocked. Elementary school, they weren't, I mean, I've got kids. I know I can distinguish between age groups. These weren't junior high, not high school, because they're already brainwashed. But you're thinking now they're starting in elementary school? Good God.
Right. Yeah, they are. Yeah, and it's there are Episcopal schools, 3 Episcopal schools affiliated with the National Cathedral, and on the National Cathedral grounds, St. Albans. Mr. Global Warming, Inconvenient Truth. A lot of people went to the St. Albans school and all that that good stuff. Al Gore went there. And a lot of people. Well, listen, Dino, you covered a lot of territory there, buddy. A lot of stuff, and it's fun. Arizona, running into somebody with a Chris Plant wearing "Not for Double Standards, Liberals would have no standards at all" T-shirt. That is great fun. A lot of fun, and people are good out there. They're great people. And Tony Lobianco, great friend. He actually passed away recently. His wife Elise is live and well. In fact, we need to have brunch. We need to have brunch one of these days. But a lot of stuff going on out there, Dino. And listen, you're driving around D.C. You keep your eyes peeled, as painful as that sounds, and stay safe. It's like Hill Street Blues. Be safe out there. Stay safe out there, Dino. Thanks. Good to hear your voice. Good stuff. Yes, sir. I got a lot of audio coming up of the president and others, and the media and Iran and war criminal. Who's the war criminal here? Ask any Democrat, and you'll find out. Remarkable stuff. Thanks, Dino. Now, right now, the voices in our culture are loud, but truth is often silent or shouted down. And today, preborn needs you to help speak that truth. Women facing unplanned pregnancies may be pressured to act quickly before they have time to pause and breathe and hear the truth about human life, dignity, and hope. But I refuse to be silent, you may have noticed, and I'd like to ask you to join me in doing the same thing. At Preborn Network Clinics, a woman is welcomed in with open arms, with compassion, and given a free ultrasound. She sees the human life growing inside of her son, her daughter, often for the very first time. And in that sacred moment, fear gives way to clarity, to humanity. And she's offered something the abortion industry will never provide, the hope of Jesus Christ and God. This April, our goal at Preborn is to have 11,000 gospel conversations in Preborn Network clinics. You can help make that possible by sponsoring ultrasounds. Just $28 American provides one ultrasound. $140 provides 5 ultrasounds for mothers in crisis in that moment. Every dollar helps to save unborn babies and to share the hope of the gospel. To donate, just dial pound 250, and when prompted, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, the keyword is baby, or go to Al Gore's Amazing Internet to preborn.com/plant. That's me, preborn.com/plants. Yes, sir. So we've got that. See, there are good and normal people out there. Isn't it nice? Normal people. We've got a lot. We've got President Trump, and there's a big 8 p.m. Eastern Time deadline for Iran tonight. Will you hear what's being discussed by our news media friends?
If it wasn't for double standards around here, we wouldn't have any standards.
There's only one Chris Plant. The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMEL. Making sense of the news.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up with the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin.
Well, unfortunately, I have to go.
2 for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price of participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.